Hey, it's good to see you. My name is Miss Kate, and we'll be practicing some breath and movement together. So let's go ahead and get started on our mat. So when you find your mat, or the space where you're practicing today, you have the option, a couple of props maybe you want. Might be a block, or maybe a book. You could also use a pillow. So we're using it just for the very beginning of practice, and we're using it toward the end as well. But if you don't have those, no stress. You can certainly do this practice without that. If you do have that book or maybe that block, maybe you place it on your mat. And then just find your bottom resting on that block, coming into crisscross applesauce or Sukhasana pose. We call this easy seat in yoga. And when you're sitting on your block or your book or your pillow, whatever prop you have, the goal is really to get our hips above our knees. Sometimes that can create a little bit more of a comfortable position. And with every class, we practice first breath and then movement. So this week's breath practice, is going to be what we call birthday cake breath, or maybe you've heard it as candle breath. So I'd love for you to imagine the biggest birthday cake in front of you. So someone places a huge birthday cake in front of you, and there are all of these candles. And we know that when you have candles, when you blow them out, you can make a wish, right? So we're going to use our big, deep belly breaths that we've been learning together to get as much air as we can so we can blow out and make as many wishes across that birthday cake as possible, okay? So maybe you begin to close your eyes if you want and imagine that beautiful birthday cake. Can be layers and layers if you want, whatever you want your birthday cake to look like. Just imagine that in front of you. And then begin to imagine all of those candles that are lit. Look at all those opportunities for wishes to be made. As you breathe in, fill your belly. So breathe in through your nose. Fill your belly, press it out. You want as much air as possible, making all those wishes. Fill your chest. Fill across the tops of your shoulders and your collarbone. And as you breathe out, get those candle blowing lips ready. So ready? Imagine you're blowing out all those candles. I've got lots and lots of different rows on mine. So maybe your eyes are still closed and you're imagining that birthday cake. Let's do that again. We've got 4 more together. So a total of 5. Breathe in through the nose. Fill up, fill up. Breathe out, blow out those candles. Beautiful. Keep going. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pressing that air from your belly as your belly button goes towards your spine. Great job. Breathe in. 2 more to go. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. This is your last chance. Make all those wishes. Breathe in. Breathe in. Sip in a little bit more air at the top. Breathe out. Blowing out those candles. Making all those wishes. Beautiful job. So hands may come back down to your legs if they were out in front of you pretending to be birthday cake. And let's breathe in through the nose. This time just sigh it out the mouth. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sigh it out. Good job. Begin to open your eyes if they're not already open, and lift your arms over your head. Beautiful work. Lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, fold those hands out in front of you. You're going to start to use your hands to pick up your legs. You're coming off of our block, coming into our tabletop pose. So maybe you remove that block and place it back toward the top of your mat. And come onto your mat here. We've done tabletop together, but in the event you weren't here for class, the way we do tabletop here is to make sure that our shoulders are over our wrists and our hands here, and our hands come out like a 5-pointed star. So you don't want your hands together. You want your fingers to open wide, get as much space as you can on your mat, and just imagine they suction to the mat. Okay, so they're strong. They're not going to lift off the ground here. Beautiful. So that's the front of our body. The back of our body, we're going to make sure that our hips are over our knees. We want to protect our joints in yoga. It's really important to take care of our bodies. So finding that tabletop, imagine, as we do normally, that you could slide 2 chairs underneath your table and you could have a little snack, right? So finding that strong back behind us. As you breathe in, begin to drop your belly toward the floor. So belly button comes toward the floor. Lift your tailbone, your bottom to the sky, and maybe your eyes look to the sky. As you exhale, round your chest, allow your back to come to the sky as if you're a scaredy cat. Rounding, rounding, maybe your eyes look at your belly button or between your legs. Inhale, drop your belly, lift the gaze. Cow pose. Exhale, round the belly. Cat pose. Beautiful. 2 more just like that. Cow pose, bringing that belly button down. And then cat pose, rounding that back, tucking that chin to your chest. Beautiful. Last one here. Cow. Maybe you give your best cow sound. And then moving to cat. Maybe you give me that kitty cat sound here. Beautiful. Come back to your table. Straight and strong. Let's make the legs of our table very strong. We're going to reach our right foot back behind us. Beautiful. Imagine you're stomping that foot on the back of the wall behind you. Okay, so toes are going to go down toward the floor. And as you inhale, think cow. Think cow. And cat on your exhale as you round your knee to your nose. Inhale, strengthen and lengthen out long. So squeeze your booty. And as you breathe out, round that cat back, tuck that knee into your nose. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out to crunch. 2 more, breathe in to extend long. Breathe out to crunch under. Lots of balance here. Last one, make your body as long as you can. And then begin to crunch that knee to your nose. Beautiful. Set that leg down. And maybe you wiggle your hips side to side. Good job. Right, we're going to trade sides. So this time, you lift your left foot back. Beautiful. So look at those toes. They're dialing down toward the mat, toward the floor. So we're flexing our foot here. Again, as you breathe in, lengthen. Imagine that someone is pulling that foot behind you and you're becoming taller and taller. And as you breathe out, begin to round into that cat back, knee to nose. Breathe in, reach long. Breathe out, tuck under. Breathe in, reach, reach, reach. Breathe out, tuck under. Nice job. Last one, breathe in, reach long. Breathe out, tuck under. And then begin to find that left knee next to your right, and again, shake side to side. Good job. Let's press our hips, first let's find our big toes to kiss. And then we'll find our knees out a little wider and press our hips back, child's pose. So hands might come out further in front of us. And you'll find your forehead on the mat here. Really reach those hands long out in front of you. Maybe gently press into those hands to allow your hips to come a little bit closer to your heels. Breathe in, fill your belly. Use that candle breath as you blow out. One more time, breathe in. Use your candle breath, breathe out. Good job. Walking those hands in. Coming back up to your tabletop. We're going to begin to tuck our toes and lift our hips high. Downward facing dog. So a really funny name. Well, it sounds funny. It's not a funny name, but it sounds funny. Adho Mukha Svanasana in yoga. So downward facing dog. And maybe you start to walk your dog. So bend one leg, straighten the other, and then find that opposite. So bending the other leg. And just imagine you're taking your dog on a walk. Maybe your dog is moving very slowly today. Or maybe your dog is starting to speed up. Maybe they see a little bunny and they want to play with that bunny, so that dog kind of tries to run. Wherever your dog is at today, just be bending and straightening, being mindful and gentle of how your body's feeling. And then when you're ready, that dog needs a break. So beginning to drop the heels, and maybe you straighten the legs, maybe you keep them bent. Either is just perfect in this pose. We're really looking for our hips to be high to the sky. We want to keep that star shape in our hands and press our hearts back to our thighs. Looking between the legs, let's shake our heads no. So maybe that puppy does not want to go any further on the walk. And then let's change our minds and shake our head yes. Puppy is going to walk all the way home for a treat. Beautiful job. As you breathe in, look to your thumbs. And maybe you tiptoe those puppy paws all the way to the top of your mat. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Begin to bend your knees so that your belly rests on the tops of your legs and your thighs. And maybe bring your hands back behind your head. Just allowing the top of your head to come a little closer to the earth. And allowing our spine to elongate and find a little space between the vertebrae. Breathe in. Use that candle breath out. Breathe in. Use your candle breath. Breathe out. This time, hands come down to the mat. Breathe in, straighten the legs. Maybe you come to your fingertips. Breathe out to fold. Breathe in, bring your arms out left to your sides like the letter T, and then lift all the way up. Beautiful job. Hands come over the head and then bring them down to heart center. All right, so the next practice I'd love to invite you to is called cloud gathering. I like this one because it gets us really moving in a lot of the parts of our body. So the way we do this cloud gathering is, and it's quite some coordination here, but as we breathe in, we bend our legs, we reach our arms out. Imagine you're grabbing all of the clouds you can in your arms, and then as we breathe in, we lift up. Breathe out, come down. Breathe in, lift up. Beautiful, breathe out, come down. Breathe in, lift up. We've got 5 more. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out to lift up. Beautiful. Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, lift up. Nice. 3 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one. Get as much as you can. Breathe out. Let's lift our arms up high to the sky. Feet come right next to each other. We're going to come into side bending mountain, or I like to call this one rainbow. So we make a half rainbow on one side and then the other half on the other, creating a full rainbow. So breathe in, lift, lift, lift. Maybe your hands clasp. And then we're going to come to our left. So bending off to the left side. Maybe your eyes look to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Breathe in here. And breathe out. As you breathe in, lift high and go to the other side, making the other side of the rainbow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe your gaze again looks to the sky, or maybe you want to look toward the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, fold down. Maybe you start to walk those feet out so they're hip-width distance apart. Breathe in, bring your palms to meet your shins, so right underneath your knees. Look forward. Think about that same tabletop you were creating when we were on all fours. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lift your arms up over your head, palms meet. Breathe out, hands come to heart center. All right, moving to our 5-pointed star. So when you're ready, we're gonna jump out, 5-pointed star. Beautiful. All right. Breathe in here, get long. Breathe out, we're gonna reach our left hand down to our right foot. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back up. This time, right hand out to left foot. Come back up. Nice. We're gonna keep doing that, so just keep your pace. Right hand down to left foot. Coming back up. Left hand down to right foot. Nice. All right, we're gonna do a total of 10. So I think this will be our third. Coming back up, moving into our fourth. Right hand to left foot. Nice. And left hand to right foot. Moving to number 5. Beautiful. Just getting this movement, this little twist in our spines. And also catching some air on the way down, I think, as you breathe in and breathe out. I think we've got 2 more here. Nice job. Coming to our last one, make this the best one. Finding that little twist. And then come back to your 5-pointed star. Jump your hands and feet together, and then bring them down. Whew. I don't know about you, but my heart is really pumping. Can you feel that in your chest? Let's slow our heartbeats down and our breath down. Close your eyes. Press into your hands. Press your feet into the ground. Breathe in. Sigh it out, breathe out. Beautiful. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out. Nice. Breathe in. Breathe out through the mouth. Beautiful job. One more round. Nice work. Begin to open the eyes. We'll move into bird pose. So I'm going to turn to the side. You can as well if you'd like. But we're still going to keep our feet together. We're going to start to shift our weight into our right foot, all right? So start to shift your weight into the right foot. Begin to peel the left heel off of the mat. And start to push that left foot back to the back of your mat, all right? So think how we kind of shot that foot back in our 3-leg table. Begin to dial those feet toward the mat. And if you can, start to bend over, becoming like a bird taking flight. Maybe your wings come out to the sides. Maybe they come back behind you. Maybe find a point that's not moving. This is a tough balance pose, so if you fall out, come back in, you got this. Maybe you begin to flap those little birdie wings. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember, you can always use your candle breath if that helps. Breathe in. Maybe try your candle breath out. Beautiful. One last round of breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Finding that left foot next to right. We'll shake our hips side to side. And we'll try it on the other side here. So begin now to find, maybe you rock front to back in your feet here. And then start to find the weight into your left foot. Maybe your hands come to your hips, or maybe they're at heart center like they were from the other side. So choosing what feels right to you. And then shifting your weight into the left foot. Start to peel that right heel off of the mat. All right, and as you breathe in, maybe those toes come off the mat now, and they start to stretch back. Remember, shooting it back. Beautiful, toes are toward the mat. Your heel is really driving back, and your eyes are gonna find a point in front of you that's not moving, okay? That's key, because that can help your balance. We call that a drishti in yoga, or a focal point. When you're ready, you reach those arms out, begin to teeter forward, and maybe your back foot comes up just a little more. Maybe you stay still, or maybe you begin to flap those birdie wings. 3 rounds of breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Try your candle breath this time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Then start to bring that right foot next to left. Shake those hips out for me. Great job. We're going to try one more balance pose before we start to bring it down. Tree pose is another one of the balance poses that's rather nice to practice together. So same kind of concept with bird pose and tree pose. We want to find our weight shifting into one side of the body, and then we want to use the other leg to help us balance. So let's begin to shift our weight into, let's try the right side of the body. So shifting your weight into the right side. Begin to peel that left foot off of the mat, all right? Maybe your hands come to your hips. I think this is pretty easy to get started. You can also bring a chair out in front of you if that would be helpful. So you could bring a chair and place your hands there. Maybe your hands come to your sides, or just like in bird pose, they could also come to prayer in front of your heart. So starting to peel that foot up off the ground, we want to take our knee out to the side. And what you can do in terms of placement is either bring your toes again back to touch the mat, and your heel just comes right next to your ankle. You can also move that foot up a little higher, so it's on your calf, or you're feeling extra, kind of excited to try something new today, you can bring that foot up to your thigh. Now this is pretty tough. I might request or think and recommend that you have a chair out in front of you for this one. Or you can also use the wall behind you. So if you want to go there, you can just place your bottom against the wall and then start to lift that foot. Remember, keep that knee out and then begin to place that foot inside the thigh. The wall is great because it gives you some place to balance, but if you want to lift off, you certainly can. So once you find your placement, wherever you want to find that today, begin to find those hands, again, maybe at your hips. Maybe you move them to heart center. And we always want to find that drishti here. So just as we did in bird pose, find a spot in front of you that's not moving. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And on this last breath, maybe you start to grow those branches. Breathe in, reaching them high. Breathe out, open them wide. If you're feeling that you want to try another balance challenge, maybe you start to allow your branches to flow in the wind, giving you that extra challenge. Breathing in, breathing out. As we breathe in, bring your hands back together. Breathe out, bring your hands down to heart center and start to allow that foot to come all the way down. So left foot comes all the way down, and then shake your legs up. You probably felt a lot of your muscles working in that right leg. Let's try the other leg now. So moving your weight into your left foot. Again, maybe finding the wall, or maybe you're on your mat. Beginning to peel that right foot off of the mat here. And maybe again, placement is at the ankle, on the calf, or maybe we're helping that foot up to the thigh. So you choose what feels right for you. And the body is different on each side. So maybe on the other side, we were trying something, but maybe on this side, you need to take it down a little. That's a-okay. Our bodies are different from side to side. And we use our bodies on each side very differently, right? We write with one hand where we might play ball with another hand. So really just being mindful that your body doesn't have to do exactly what it did on the other side. So once you're ready, maybe finding that assist with the chair or maybe the wall. And then bringing your hands to your hips. Maybe then to your heart. And as you breathe in, reaching them up. And as you breathe out, opening those branches. These are all just options. So if you don't want to open your branches today, you don't have to. Your hands can continue to stay at your sides. They can stay at your heart. You get to choose. This is your practice. And always remember, if you fall out, you just come right back in. Maybe you sway those branches, giving yourself a little bit more of a balance challenge. And then as you breathe in, reach those arms up. And then place that foot down, bringing the hands back to heart center. Again, shake side to side. Beautiful. Finding yourselves back on our mats if you use the wall. And what I'd like to do is come to the top of your mat And start to allow those feet to come out wide. We're gonna move into our Yogi squat Malasana. So arms will reach up over the head. Exhale, move down. Beautiful job. Squatting here, maybe you move side to side and press the elbows into the thighs. Hands can be at heart center here, or maybe you use the floor out in front of you to really press those legs open. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to find your bottom on the mat. We'll bring our hands back behind us. And I'd like, if you're with me, I'd like to practice fish pose as one of the final poses before we rest. So maybe you scoot yourself back so you can stretch long on your mat. We'll reach those feet out long, so toes are gonna come to the sky. Hands are behind you and your fingers are pointing toward your bottom. And then you'll just start to help yourself down onto your elbows. So elbows are gonna go back. Imagine your shoulders roll up and then down the back. And our eyes are looking to the sky. Maybe as you're ready, we begin to allow our head to come down. Our chin comes to the sky here. And you're looking back behind you. Fish pose, a heart opener. So our heart is coming to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more rounds of breath. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Fill, fill, fill. Breathe out. Maybe you sigh out that time. Begin to draw your chin back to your chest so your face looks at your toes out in front of you. And then what we're going to do is bring our feet in so our knees are planted. And then allow those hands to come out to either side, head comes to the mat. So what I'd like to do here, final pose before we rest, is find a little supine twist. So a supine twist simply means that our legs go in one direction and our body, the top half of our body, maybe our eyes look to the side. So we're really just getting a twist in our spine. So let's bring our hands out wide, remember, like a T, or like wings beside you. You can also imagine touchdown, goalpost, or cactus arms if that feels better for you. And what we're gonna do is first bring our hips to the left side of our mat. And we're gonna allow our legs to come to the right side. So you can start to notice how in your back, you're starting to get that twist. One way you can enhance this pose, if it feels good for you, is start to take your eyes over to the left side. So they're gonna look over that left shoulder. Maybe you keep them closed. Maybe you have your eyes open. Totally up to you. And you just feel your breath as it fills the left ribs. So imagine you're sending all of your air into those left ribs here. And then as you breathe out, allow those ribs to fall. Inhale, expands them. And exhale, contracts them. Beautiful. Last breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in now, allow your gaze to come back to the sky. Bring your knees back to the sky. And we're going to move to the other side. So hips come to the right side of your mat, and your knees fall to the left. This time, our gaze will look over our right shoulder. So maybe your head turns to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Fill that right side. Breathe out. Allow it to release. Breathe in. Fill your right ribs. Breathe out. Last round of breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in now, your gaze looks toward the sky, your eyes look to the sky, your knees come to the sky. And we're simply going to, maybe you walk your feet or you stretch your feet out long beside you. So right foot comes to the right edge of your mat, left foot comes to the left edge. Maybe your hands come down now to your sides. And you roll your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back and down. So it really allows your shoulders to come away from the ears as you rest. Maybe close your eyes. And just begin to breathe naturally. Feeling the ground beneath you support all of you, your feet, your legs, your calves and your thighs, your hips. Allow them to rest fully into the earth. Your chest. Notice how your heart is cradled by the earth beneath you. Relax your shoulders a little more deeply into the mat. And your upper arms. And now your forearms and your wrists. The backs of your hands and your fingers. Allow your head to rest into your mat. Relax your jaw. Allowing your lips to come open slightly. And just continuing to notice your belly lifting as you inhale and contracting or falling to the earth as you exhale. Imagining that balloon fill toward the sky as you inhale and breathe out as you exhale. Beginning to wake up. Start to wiggle those toes, maybe moving the fingers. And then lifting your arms over the head, stretch long, long, long. And find your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a nice hug and maybe rocking side to side. And then finding yourself in a seat to sit tall at the top of your mat. So maybe just rolling up. Bringing your arms above you on an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart space. Bringing your chin to your chest. Thanking yourself for showing up for this practice, for showing up for you, and trying something new. May you be happy, healthy, and safe. Namaste.